Paul David Atkins was born in 1951 and grew up on the family farm in T, South Dakota. His parents were Alvin and Marguerite Atkins. Paul had two older brothers, Chuck and Tom, and a younger brother, Pete. Paul attended school 10 miles away in Lennox, South Dakota, which happened to also be the winter headquarters of the legendary Thomas Shows, which was founded in 1928 by Art B. Thomas. Art's nephew Bernard purchased the show from Art in 1951. Paul's brother Tom married Margaret Thomas, and Paul was also a classmate of Margaret's younger sister Carolyn. In retrospect, the stage was set for Paul's career in the carnival business. But first, Paul attended Black Hills State University in Spearfish, South Dakota. He studied mathematics and pitched for the college baseball team. He earned his team letter with a win over Rocky Mountain State College in Billings. Paul served 2 years in the United States Army, including a year in Germany. After returning from duty, he learned to fly, piloting a Cessna 150 from Sioux Falls to Denver on his first solo flight. While in Denver, Paul bought a pair of boots for the upcoming ski season. Bernard Thomas had ordered a new carnival trailer in California. He engaged Paul to drive a truck out and pick it up. Trouble was, the office wasn't ready and the work wasn't finished. Paul learned what to do in that case. He bought the parts and materials and helped the builder finish the job. Nearly 50 years later, the same office is still in use. Paul ran the show office by keeping the books and records for a summer. A CPA at the John Page accounting firm told Bernard that for a fellow without formal accounting training, Paul Atkins had a knack for good record keeping. This skill helped him embark into management roles for Carnival Enterprises. Paul and his brother Tom formed Atkins and Atkins Enterprises, starting out with a Myler coaster and Allen Herschel twister. Paul spent a winter working at a famous Great Falls, Montana shop called Liffering Machine, owned by Harry Olson. This is where he learned complex welding and repair techniques, advancing his ability to maintain amusement ride equipment. Paul could now build ride accessories, repair hitches, automotive equipment, and engines. He even built his own living quarters that were a part of a rope ladder concession, Blackbeard's Ladder. While in Montana, Harry's grandson taught Paul the art of Montana fly fishing. For Paul Atkins, friendships often turned into business opportunities, and new business colleagues became his friends. With his friendly demeanor and sharp sense of humor, Carnival Enterprises was the natural result. Mix in a little Tom Atkins, Mike Miles, Dellen Ganshaw, or Dennis Bosman, for instance, with the drive of Paul Atkins, and the result was a vibrant and enthusiastic money-making machine that has pleased generations of fairgoers. The arcade, the dark ride, the walk-through funhouse, great mechanical rides. Paul loved his Wisdom, Zamperla, and Myler and Herschel rides. Blackbeard's Ladder, a house of mirrors, the fun slide, grab joint, and pizza concession. Paul Atkins came out every day with a plan. He drove truck and was also licensed to drive a bus. He loves motorcycles and his pet dogs. Paul loves to ski and had a dream to become a ski instructor, which he did and still teaches at Big Sky Resort in Montana. Bernard Thomas was one of the OABA founders in 1965. He held a reverence for the industry and its workers, so OABA fundraisers were a staple on the Thomas shows. Paul would always take part, having fun and contributing to the show's fundraiser jamborees with OABA Hall of Fame member Al DeRusha. 30 years ago, Paul even took on the role of jamboree auctioneer. When the show played Canada, there was always a jamboree at the last day in Lethbridge, Alberta. Then later, towards the end of the season, another in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Paul also carried the microphone at the annual jamborees held at Leonard Martin's 20th Century Rides in Brownsville, Texas, including one when it rained all week and was themed Singing in the Rain. All these jamborees over the years are some of the most memorable events in Thomas Show's history and resulted in OABA fundraising totaling over $200,000.
Hey Paul, this is Jerry and Mike. Wish we were there, congratulating you on 45 great years in the business. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Paul, you know how Mike's always praying God's hand of favor over people. We pray that for you and Deborah. Enjoy this last month. Tell our friends hi, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye. We love you.
Paul lived in Texas for 35 years, wintering in Montana. Today, he lives near a ski resort in Idaho. Paul has a daughter, Aria, and 3 granddaughters, Desiree, Samantha, and Kaya. Paul married Deborah on August 31st, 2013. He retired from the carnival business in October of 2016. Paul is also a Gold Card lifetime member of the Showman's League of America.
Hey Paul, congratulations on your retirement. It's been a lot of years with the carnival, and we hope you enjoy your retirement. You know, looking back, who would have thought that you'd have been there this long? Growing up, I know Mom in particular always figured you'd end up being a priest or a monk, and which would lead to eventual sainthood, but that's not the way it turned out. But seriously, congratulations to you and Deborah. We hope you enjoy your retirement. Laura and I and the family wish you the best. We love you. Take care. God bless.
Independent ride and concession operator and carnival executive Paul Atkins loved the challenge of carnival life, and he loved his colleagues and customers. His career accomplishments have earned Paul David Atkins an induction into the Outdoor Amusement Business Association Hall of Fame.